on number 30. So these ones, there's a diagram, and it says use the diagram to state the postulate that verifies the truth of the statement. And so, let me grab my little postulate book over here. Where did it go?
Is it the spiral one in between the...
Where?
That green one?
Nope, that's my vocab book. Where did I put it? Well, maybe I don't have it right now. I don't know where it went. Okay, well, we'll just have to reference the book for them. It's fine. All right. So 30 says, since we have time today, I'm going to write this stuff out. Line L, little l, contains points U and T. 76. So obviously there is a picture. We should be able to just take what it's saying and just figure out which postulate goes with it. So we're looking for a postulate. So flip to page 73. That explains that a line contains 2 points, basically. Yep. So postulate 6, you don't have to write them out. I think they instruct you to write the postulate, but as long as you say the postulate number because you have the book, that's fine. And that's that a line contains at least 2 points. 32 says the points S and T lie in plane A. Therefore, line M lies in plane A.
Is that the homework initiative?
Yes.
Are we in section 2.1?
Yes. All right, so which postulate goes with that? Postulate 10 says if 2 points lie in a plane, then the line containing them lies in the plane. Next problems. State the postulate that shows this statement is false. So we're still using the postulates. We're just going to explain what it says here. So, 2 planes intersect in exactly 1 point. What postulate would show that that's false? Postulate 11, which says if 2 planes intersect, then their intersection is a line. So this should be a line instead of point. All right, the next ones, 40 through 43, say, think of the intersection of the ceiling. So I'm going to make this my ceiling. And the front wall of your classroom. So the ceiling and the front wall, okay, as line K. Then it says, think of the center of the floor as point A. and the center of the ceiling as point B. So that's the setup for these next couple of problems. Well, that go with this. We're only doing 40, but is there more than one line that contains both points A and B? What do you think? Okay, why?
Because they're from top to bottom, meaning only one line would work, and it'd be straight down or up.
So how about using a postulate? What would you say? There are any 2 points, there exists exactly one line. Yep. So we would say no by postulate 5. All right, find the inverse, converse, and contrapositive of the statement. 44. If x equals y, then 5x equals 5y. So that's our if-then hypothesis statement. So my inverse is negating both of these things. If x is not equal to y, then 5x is not equal to 5y. Anybody know what the converse would be?
If 5x is equal to 5y, then x equals y.
Yep. If 5x equals 5y, then x equals y. How about the contrapositive? That's the inverse of the converse. So what did I do to make the inverse from the if-then hypothesis statement?
Not equal to.
I made it not equal to. So then to do the contrapositive, what do you think I need to do to the converse? Make them not equal to. So if 5x is not equal to 5y, then x is not equal to y. All right, the last thing in this section is a more like practical example. It's a quote from Mahatma Gandhi, and we're going to take it and we're going to rewrite the statement in if-then form. Okay, a couple of them kind of are already written in if-then form, but this one is not. Then we're going to determine the hypothesis and conclusion. Remember I said yesterday you can underline the hypothesis and circle the conclusion, just like we did in the example on the board in the PowerPoint. And then we're going to find the inverse of the conditional statement. Okay, so the statement itself, or the quote is, freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. So I need to rewrite this as an if-then statement. So there's kind of two different ways we could go about wording this. One of them, obviously there's already an if in here, so I need to be aware of that. So I could say literally just, if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes, then freedom is not worth having. Or I could kind of change the phrasing slightly and say, if freedom does not include the freedom to make mistakes, then it is not worth having. Okay, like either of those two ways that you write it would be fine. So I'm just going to leave it pretty much exactly as it's written here, though, just with putting it in the correct form. So if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes, then freedom is not worth having. So what's the hypothesis?
If it doesn't include the freedom to make mistakes.
So we don't include the if part, it's just it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. That's our hypothesis, and then what is the conclusion? Yep, freedom is not worth having, so I'm going to circle that part. So that's my hypothesis. This is the conclusion. And again, it's totally fine for you to just underline and circle. I'm just doing that for a reference. Now they want us to find the inverse. What do you think might be a way we could write the inverse for this?
If it does include a freedom to make mistakes, then freedom is worth. I haven't thought about this actually.
You're right. You just didn't finish it. It is worth having. So, if freedom includes the freedom to make mistakes, I just think this sounds better than saying if it includes the freedom to make mistakes. I feel like it sounds better to say if freedom includes the freedom to make mistakes. Then it is worth having. All right, any questions about that stuff? All right, then picking up where we left off yesterday, problem-wise, I gave you up through 27. Let's go with (31 through 37) odd, and (43), 45, and 49.
Let's see. We're gonna do it like the same thing that we did it yesterday.
If you, because I know some people turned in the problems from yesterday, you can do it on a separate one. If you still have the one from yesterday, you can go ahead and finish it on that one. If you turned the one in from yesterday and you want to continue this on the same piece of paper, you can go grab it out of the box so you can add these last few problems to it. It's totally up to you. It'll just be one homework grade though. So I'll just be looking for both pieces if you do it separate.